Welcome to Week 6 of Kappas Coaches Corner. We have Coach Kappas here with us tonight, and we're going to go back through last week. We'll go through all the things that are going on with the football program and look ahead to the second half of the season. It's crazy, but we are at the midpoint at this time of football season. Coach, welcome to the show.
Thank you. Yeah, years flying by so far, and can't believe it's already second half of the season here.
It's amazing. It's amazing how quickly it goes, and you just can't stop time. But Coach, we're 4-1 at this point in the season, which is a tremendous improvement over your first couple years and where we've been with Louisville, and that is definitely a positive point to make about where we're at. And the kids have done a great job of chasing down the football and securing the football and putting points on the board. Last week was a difficult week. We'll talk about that a little bit, and maybe how the team responded to that.
Yeah, I mean, it was a tough game versus Hoover. Kudos to them. They played a really solid game. And I think our youth and inexperience showed up at times with some key players. Not executing at the way we've seen them do it. And this is the first time that this group of football players in our program have ever been in a big game, right, in their whole lives. And so I think there were definitely some nerves that might have got some guys. And but Hoover played better than we did, and but there's a lot of positive things that come out of it. And we talked about before we put that game to bed about it's only a loss and a failure if we fail to grow from it.
Absolutely.
And it's a great opportunity for our guys to face some adversity and some guys to step up and move on with the season and focus on getting better today.
Absolutely, a chance to grow, a chance to learn, and sometimes those kind of situations they can spur into something that you really value later on in the season, and that's what good teams do. And you put a body of work together over the 5 games that was uncharacteristic in a lot of ways, and you point out some things there to learn from, and we're excited to see you guys bounce back this week. Let's talk a little bit about the football program outside of the varsity team and where we're at and some things that are going on at different levels.
Yeah, our 8th grade team played on Wednesday. They played a really good Perry team, ended up losing in a close game in the last minute that we were going into score late, and threw an interception. But it was probably the best game I've seen that group play against a really strong Perry program. And so that group keeps getting better and better. They've gotten some guys back from injury.
Good.
And they play against CVCA tomorrow at home on Wednesday. So it's good, another great opportunity for them and another home game there. And then last Thursday, our freshmen went over to Hoover and lost 15-0, I believe. And hard, tough game. It was close till the end. And we're counting on a lot of young players to help us there, but that group still keeps growing every single week, and they're going to be a fun group to watch once they get up to the varsity level. And then obviously with the game Friday night, Saturday we went over to North Canton over there and ended up winning the game in the JV game. And
all right.
Some great guys handled some adjustments at halftime and really came out and played really well in the second half. So.
Nice.
It's good for some of those young guys to get in there and play. We had to play a lot of guys that typically play JV. We had to play a lot of those guys in the second half. So we didn't send as many guys over there. So it was good to, some guys were playing some positions they hadn't really played much before. So it was good to see those guys figure that out and get a win over there.
All right. And then did you say who we have? You guys said we have CVCA coming in?
Yeah, freshmen have St. Vincent St. Mary's at home on Thursday. So that'll be a great test for our guys. Central didn't have a freshman team. And then obviously we play Central Catholic on Friday night, and then we are home against Central on Saturday morning for JV.
All right. You're talking about some big names in football, CVCA, St. Vincent St. Mary, Hoover in the mix, all those teams in a small window of time. Some good challenging football. Coach, we're going to go ahead and we're going to pull a few plays from Friday night, kind of take a look at that, and highlight some things that happened. We're going to start off with this first play. It's this is not the play, but we'll watch it anyway. This is a touchdown run if we leave it up.
There we go. Yeah, great cut by Owen Wilson there. Just run a little counter play and follow the blockers, and great explosion in the end zone.
And that I think was second quarter. Was that second quarter?
I believe so.
That's the score that put 7-7 tie at halftime.
Mm-hmm.
All right, we'll see what film we get next year. I think this is the scramble that I was talking about early in the game by Gabe.
Yeah, again, Gabe just creating with his feet. Their D line did a really good job getting some pressure all night, but good job keeping his eyes down the field there. Finding Colton Norris did a great job running a short route, scramble drill.
Yeah,
short routes go deep. Good job by Gabe finding making an accurate throw there to make for a big play.
Just talking to a coach earlier about scramble drill defensively, scramble drill offensively. Mm-hmm. You find that guy, you stick with him, and Colton found a way to find the empty space.
It's almost a play on top of a play. I was actually over there coaching my son's eight-year-old flag football team, and we put in our scramble drill tonight. So trying to teach those guys young. Those can create big plays.
It can be a backbreaker. I mean, when you lose a guy like that. I think what we got. Let's go to our next play here, Rob. This should be. This is a nice run by DiMarzio. Very clean hole.
Yeah, same thing. We felt like we had some really good looks. Against the way they were lining up, and we hit quite a few big runs. That kind of pierced them, but great job by the O-line seeing that blitz late right there and picking that up, and great job using the speed there by Owen.
Yeah, I think I might have got through that hole. I probably wouldn't have got too far, but that was a nice size hole. This next play is nearly a safety, Coach. I don't know if you thought it was. When it happened,
it was kind of weird. They didn't blow the whistle until he was in the end zone, but he keeps retreating, but then he throws the ball away, which could have been ruled intentional grounding. Mm-hmm. But I think they kind of ruled it a sack where we made contact there at the 2-yard line. So.
Yeah, I know how hard it is to get a safety.
It is tough.
They almost have to be standing in the blue.
Yep.
When you hit them, but
and that was their starting quarterback had went down, so we were bringing some pressure there on third down against their backup quarterback in there, trying to make him uncomfortable, and great blitz there again by Owen.
Yeah, it was really nice. All right, so now I think if we stick to our script here, we should see that touchdown run again. All right.
There we go. Yep.
I always like sticking to the script. Yeah, so there we go again. It's always
that's a great job. Anytime we can get the ball to a third level defender, a safety, can't always account for them in the blocking scheme, but that's what good backs do. They make those third level defenders miss. Yeah,
and again, like we talked about earlier, nice space at the line of scrimmage mm-hmm. where you can accelerate through. Now we're going to go to this punt. Gabe's been doing this all season long. This punt hits the ground, and that is not a punt.
There we go. Yep.
How far did this thing go? Do you know? I mean,
I'm not sure the exact distance, but he's been doing a great job. We try to get that. We want the ball to hit the ground. We want the ball to be able to roll. We want to be able to buy enough time before he punts it to get our coverage team down there. So, if they do catch it, we're making a hit right away. But again, he's getting great rotation on the ball to get those balls to roll.
Oh yeah, I mean that was phenomenal. Completely tilted the field the other side, and again, you guys play strong defense, and that punting game really plays into that. I think our next play here is a nice sideline catch by I think it was Candle.
Yep.
It caught this ball right on the sideline.
So again, we got the play in late here, so we got a little bit mixed up in terms of what the I don't know if this is that or not, but
we'll see if it is.
No, this is this was later in the game here. I think that might have been a second and long or third down play right there. That was just nice design play by our offensive staff. Getting Luke Seaman into some open space right there, just trying to create it's kind of a boundary flood, deep route, intermediate route, and then getting the X receiver coming underneath to kind of create those three levels right there and high-low that flat defender. It's a great throw and catch.
Absolutely. And then this our last play was a touchdown catch here.
Yeah, Gabe Reginball out there to the left. runs a great route, finds some good open space right there. We get that backer to chase the back out. And then a great job just, second, third effort right there, breaking some tackles, getting the end zone.
Fantastic. Coach, so let's talk a little bit about where we're heading to this week. We're going to head to Central. How do you handle the team coming in this week? And I don't know, maybe it's refocusing, or maybe that's not the right word. What are we doing this week in terms of you getting these guys redirected and back on the mission?
Yeah, I mean, I think we kind of started back from ground zero. That a lot of the mistakes that we made in that game were fundamental mistakes, right? Getting a snap, getting lined up, holding an edge on defense, wrapping up when we're tackling, and then when you get into week 4 or 5, you're getting through the mid-season, you sometimes you neglect to practice those as much as you possibly should. Sometimes you get ahead of yourself trying to install some new things based off of what the opponents are doing. Our message to our guys is we got to go back to our basics right here. Dance with the girl that you brought to the prom, and just go back to fundamental football. And that's what we've been really focusing on here. Going into a game that's been a rivalry type of game, and a team that took us down to the wire and had us on the ropes last year there. So we're expecting nothing but the best from Central, and this is going to be another tough challenge for us.
Yeah, Central has been a team that is through the past few years that has been tight games, and I remember, I think it was 2016 even. We had to return an interception, 96 yards to win the game. So they definitely play good football. What should we expect out of them? And same offense, same kind of.
Yeah, they're similar to what they've been offensively. They spread you out. They do a lot of motions, and then they bring in some tight, heavy packages where they really try to run the ball right at you. They had a lot of success with that last week. Bringing those heavier packages in. They've had some injuries, and they're playing a lot of young kids. So they flash a lot in terms of the talent they have out there, and just trying to find ways to get their playmakers the ball. But it's a very difficult offense to defend. They're very
a lot of eye discipline.
Yeah, a lot of eye discipline, a lot of motions. They're not afraid to run their quarterback. They get the ball on the perimeter a lot, and then defensively they mix it up a lot. So it's tough to tell what they're going to be in from game to game. And, they can be aggressive and bring the house and play man. And then, they're very sound in what they do in terms of how they line up, and being sound in where their guys need to be, and containing the ball very well.
Well, it's exciting. You're heading into that second half of the season. One of the guys I used to coach with always said there's 3 seasons. The first 5, second 5, and the playoffs. And you guys definitely finished the first 5 in a good situation. The team is in a great spot right now in terms of where they're at. Not the spot I'm sure that you want to be in, but your body of work over the identity that you guys have shown who you are is good special teams, tough, grinded out offense, making some big plays here and there, and a defense that likes to take the ball away and pursue the football. And I'm sure those kids will get back to that this week. I'm sure they're hungry to do that.
They are, and we've had a great start to the week. Guys are hungry. They're upset. They know that we didn't play our best, and that starts in practice every single day. And but they gained a lot of experience from that game right there. And that experience, if they handle it the right way, will come back to benefit our entire team, when these big games start coming up again.
Right.
If we're able to get in the playoffs and whatnot, that was a playoffs type of team and a playoffs type of atmosphere. And we gotta work tomorrow, right, and get better and keep that mentality. And I think our guys are up for that challenge.
Awesome, Coach. Last thing I want to talk about is the Touchdown Club. I know that there's another open event tomorrow. I'm a day ahead. Their open event Thursday night. 7 o'clock Thursday night at the All-American Battle Axe Bar over there, just west of town. Yeah. At the Factory of Terror. Factory of Terror. Yep. So it's a great place. All the games are open for anyone to come in and throw axes or do the bowling.
all that type of stuff. We do our Players of the Week for wins that we've had within our program. So we honor, all those guys that did a really good job in the wins. And so those guys will get their certificates and everything at that. And, it's just a great opportunity to come out, support the kids, see what the Touchdown Club's about, and, just help support our football program.
In the Battle Bar there, they do a great job of opening up the place. If you haven't been there, it's worth just going to check it out, get to access a few times at an open, free event that they let us have with the Touchdown Club. And then, hey, join the Touchdown Club.
Join the Touchdown Club. Meet some of the kids are there.
Yeah.
So it's great to get up close and meet the coaching staffs there. The players are there. So it's a great opportunity to support these kids and make sure that they get the support and recognition that they're earning.
That sounds great. All right, Coach. Thanks for joining us tonight, and we wish you the best of luck this week. Get back on the horse and finish the second half of the season very strong and back to the identity that you guys have.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
All right, and thank you for joining us tonight on Kappas Coaches Corner on YSN Live.
YSN thanks you for watching this presentation of Your Sports Network. For stories, stats, and more, go to ysnlive.com.